If you're thinking about buying the Midea Duo portable air conditioner for your home or office, hold on because today I'm revealing everything you need to know, especially some big problems that they don't tell you up front. But here's what surprised me. Despite its flashy dual hose design and smart features, this unit might not be the energy saver you expect. In fact, many users are running into hidden issues that affect cooling performance and noise levels way more than the marketing suggests. So if you want to avoid buyer's remorse and get real value for your money, stick around because the truth about this $579 air conditioner might just change your mind. And I have some eye-opening insider insights coming up. Let's start by addressing who this product is actually for. If you live in a medium-sized space, up to about 450 square feet, and want a portable AC that's supposed to cool fast, save energy, and connect to Alexa or Google Assistant, the Midea Duo promises a lot. The dual hose design sounds innovative, offering balanced indoor air circulation by intaking fresh air and exhausting hot air outside simultaneously. The theory is solid. In practice, not so much. You'll see why in a moment. But first, picture this. It's a scorching summer afternoon. You're desperate for some relief, and you fire up your Midea Duo only to find it sounds louder than a quiet library, yet somehow doesn't cool your entire room evenly. Frustrating, right? That's a common story. Honestly, calling it ultra-quiet at 42 decibels is like claiming a whisper is louder than a library. Some customers laughed, others cried. If you're sensitive to noise, this could be a deal-breaker. Yet, the unit boasts inverter technology that supposedly saves 40% energy compared to traditional portable ACs. So if energy saving is your top priority, that's one of its biggest selling points. So why isn't everyone raving about it then? Because the dual hose design, while clever, requires near-perfect installation and setup. Any small gap or improper sealing around your window will let heat seep inside, which defeats the purpose and affects how cool your room stays. This is not your standard window unit you just slot in. There's a learning curve. And if you're not tech-savvy, the voice and app controls, while cool in theory, can be glitchy and frustrating to sync up. Here's a question for you. Have you ever bought a gadget that promised the moon but left you scratching your head instead? That's exactly what happens when you expect the Midea Duo's 2x faster cooling to magically beat physics. It does cool faster in ideal conditions, but any deviation in setup or room design can ruin that advantage. Now, let's dive deeper into the good, the bad, and the weird features of this Midea Duo portable air conditioner. First, the tech specs. This unit operates at 1200 watts with a 12,000 BTU cooling capacity, using R32 refrigerant, making it relatively eco-friendly compared to older models. It also projects airflow up to 26 feet with a dynamic 102 degrees swing to distribute cool air widely. The remote and smart Wi-Fi controls let you hook it up to Alexa or Google Assistant, so you're supposed to get hands-free convenience. That's a plus, no doubt. But here's the catch. The airflow claims, like the 26 feet range, are in perfectly open spaces with no obstructions. In real homes filled with furniture, walls, and doorways, that distance shrinks substantially. One reviewer said it felt like the AC was pushing warm air around instead of cooling effectively. Another complaint involved the unit's weight and size. It's bigger and heavier than expected, making it tricky to move around, especially for one person. Speaking of moving it, the space-saving installation Midea promotes via the vertical pull-out window method is neat, but only if your windows behave cooperatively. No funky windows or weird wall setups, otherwise, you're in for a headache. Keep in mind this isn't like just plugging in a fan. The exhaust hose setup needs to be airtight, or else your cooling goals fall flat. Here's a funny side note. The smart app sometimes acts like a moody teenager. It either won't connect, or your voice assistant misunderstands commands. Imagine telling Alexa to cool the room, and instead, she orders pizza. At least pizza is cool, right? On noise, the 42 dB rating is optimistic. The motor's inverter technology does reduce power consumption, but some folks report the fan noise ramping up higher when in turbo mode, comparable to a vacuum cleaner nearby. Not exactly library quiet when you're trying to sleep or focus. Energy efficiency is definitely a highlight here. This unit uses less electricity than many traditional portable ACs. So if your goal is to lower your utility bill, that's a real benefit. However, the upfront price of nearly $580 is steep, especially when some customer reviews point out durability issues after a year or two of use. Warranty coverage is only 1 year for parts and labor too, which makes you wonder about long-term reliability. Here's a mid-review mini promise for you. Stick with me because I'm about to reveal a smart workaround for making the Midea Duo actually perform better, which many buyers overlook, and some bonus alternatives if you decide this one isn't the best fit. Let's talk about voice and app control again. The Midea Air smartphone app lets you manipulate settings remotely, which works fine most of the time. However, some consumers had trouble with connectivity dropping, or the app failing to recognize the unit. If you're hoping for seamless voice commands or adjusting settings on the fly while away from home, prepare for some trial and error. It's not a deal breaker, but it's closer to smartish than truly smart. If you're like me and value silence during the night, the Midea Duo has a sleep mode, where it lowers fan speed and dims the display. This does help minimize noise, but again, full quiet it's not. Also, cooling efficiency drops somewhat in this mode as you'd expect. If you're a light sleeper, earplugs might become your best friend. Another feature that's both a blessing and a curse is the dual hose system itself. It's supposed to balance air intake and exhaust to avoid negative pressure inside your room that would pull in hot air from outside. But in reality, this only works if your windows and doors are tightly sealed. Users in older buildings or rentals with imperfect installations report no real difference from single-hose units, or worse, warm air infiltrating despite the setup. Okay, time for a joke break. Why did the portable air conditioner break up with the ceiling fan? Because it said the fan was too blowing hot and cold. Get it? I'll stick to reviews. Now on maintenance. Midea Duo requires regular cleaning of air filters and hose attachments to keep performance optimal. If you skip this, expect diminished cooling power and more noise. And since the unit is relatively complex, filter replacement and hose checks are a bit more involved than with simpler units. Speaking of complexity, the unit's weight is around 60 pounds, which means while it's labeled portable, lugging this around your home or apartment isn't easy. Plus, storing the dual hose system when not in use takes space, so it's not a grab-and-go solution for every day. Some customers joked that moving it feels like doing a gym workout, so if you want clean air and some exercise, this might be your best two-in-one. Here's another rehook for you, wondering if this is worth the investment or if another model does it better. I've gathered some comparisons that might surprise you. Stay tuned. Overall, the Midea Duo portable air conditioner is a mixed bag. It excels in energy efficiency and has modern smart controls that appeal to tech lovers. The innovative dual hose system is a great concept for balanced air circulation and more effective cooling if set up correctly. However, many users report issues with noise, cumbersome installation, and inconsistent cooling depending on window fit and room layout. If your space absolutely matches the product's conditions, sealed windows, mid-sized room, willingness to maintain filters, and tolerance for some noise, then this AC can deliver solid performance and cost savings in the long run. The smart features and voice control add convenience and modern flair. On the downside, troubleshooting app glitches and moving the unit around can be frustrating. Here's a quick checklist to decide if it's for you. Are you tech-savvy enough to handle app and voice setup without frustration? Is your window setup suitable for the unique dual hose design? Do you prioritize energy savings over upfront cost? If yes, Midea Duo can be a great choice. If not, you might want to consider alternatives with simpler designs and more robust user feedback. Before we wrap up, here's one more joke. Why don't air conditioners ever get invited to parties? Because they tend to blow everyone away. All right, maybe that one's cool but not very chill. To conclude on a positive note, Midea is the world's largest provider of air conditioning products, and their reputation for quality combined with their one-year parts and labor warranty shows they stand behind this innovation. For a portable AC that cools faster, uses less energy, and integrates smart technology, the Midea Duo is an ambitious option that's worth considering. Just go in with realistic expectations. If you want the best price and current deals, check out the Amazon link in the description below. You'll get full warranty protection, easy returns, and often fast shipping. Whether you end up with this unit or another, staying cool this summer is what matters most. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more honest reviews that keep you informed before you buy. Stay cool out there.